All right, man. I need y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe. I know Shirt Cap need a cut. It do hit different when I really don't give a fuck, but I know it's about that time type shit. But to not even go that way, okay. So basically, LeBron and Nash been talking on this little podcast the last week or two, and y'all know exactly what happened that last time with JJ Redick. Ooh, but Nash couldn't win with KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Not saying that Nash not a good coach at all. But LeBron just loved the white point guards that got a good basketball mind like him type shit. So I don't know if it's just a conversation or he's going to end up being a coach. I might have been one of the first ones to say that. Like, is he trying to have him as a coach?
Mind the game.
Man.
We're back. Star-studded.
And then we got Luka here on a special
cast today.
Cheers, brother.
We're happy to welcome the great Luka Dončić.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
Big time pleasure. Had a Don on to speak about multiple topics.
Multiple topics. The most important, I think, is everyone wants to know, like, what's your take on the season finale of White Lotus?
What was that? What you say? I didn't understand.
I'm just kidding. Never mind.
I thought he was about to start talking about LA and the trade and shit. This nigga's trolling. I'm about to spark the blunt. I'm thinking in my head, like, she grabbed the blunt and hit the blunt. Don't even smoke. I'm locked the fuck in, though.
Welcome to Mind the Game, presented by Uninterrupted and Wondery. In this episode, we're thrilled to be joined by Luka Dončić. We cover a bunch of topics, starting with his move to Los Angeles, playing with one of his idols, LeBron James, and also his work with the Luka Dončić Foundation and the commissioned study he's provided of developing youth basketball players in Europe versus the United States. Stick around to the end of the episode where I'll talk a little bit more about why I'm on Luka's Athletes Council, why it's important to me, and how we can all help improve the landscape of youth basketball. So thanks for watching. Please enjoy, and we look forward to this episode. Honestly, this is amazing to have you.
Appreciate it.
You know, it's usually just the two of us, but we reserved a third spot for the main man. And, you know, really, I think it'd be unfair for the audience if we didn't ask you off the bat what it's like playing together, how you feel playing with LeBron. I know you looked up to him as a kid, and now you guys are teammates.
I mean, it's great. You see, I've never played with a guy like this. And, you know, just being traded to here, to LA, I mean, it was different. But just to play with guys like him, like, it's unbelievable. Like, I can learn so many stuff, you know. First of all,
so many stuff. Hey, it's funny how people in different languages, they know the right words, but they're not really using the right way. It's like when I speak Spanish and I'll be busting that shit down a little bit, but it's just like it's little words in between. You know, niggas know what I'm saying, especially the bilingual people.
the court, you know, all the things he does just to be ready for the game. And obviously on the court, everybody knows what kind of player he is.
What, like, give me an example of a couple things you've seen, like being around him every day where you're like, he does that? Like, what's he doing over there? Like, is there anything that stands out initially where you're like, wow?
Well, first of all, he shows up like 10 hours before the game. So, I mean, that was really the main, like, I was, what? I came into the arena.
For
he was
22 years?
He was already done working out. I was like, what?
Yeah. And then what about playing together? Like, you guys are so similar, you know, obviously different stages of your career, but you're so similar. The way you see the game, the way you process the game, the way you can, you know, abuse bigger defenders. You can bully smaller defenders. You're both computers.
Hey, LeBron is the fucking GOAT. I'm bad to say that. Because Luke ain't nigga remotely like, yeah, I guess it's LeBron without a dunking package. LeBron without if LeBron couldn't dunk the ball, this would be him. Not saying that Luka can't dunk that bitch, because Luka will smash on you, but Luka don't want to smash on nobody.
The way you read the game, like, has it been fun to see someone that you understand the way he thinks and to be able to play off each other?
Yeah, you didn't mention the bounce.
The bounce? Oh,
the jump, yeah.
Minus the bounce. Minus the bounce.
Facts. That's what I just said. The shit. It do hit different. It do hit different when shirt cap on his shit right now.
A lot of similarities.
No, it's been great, but just I still think it's a work in progress. When we two are out there, and they are, he's been playing unbelievable, and I think it's just still work in progress. I think we're getting better and better every day. I mean, I think you saw today, or against OKC. It's hard to win here. Number one team in the West for a reason, and we just, we shared the ball. Everybody was getting open shots. So it's work in progress, but we're getting better and better every day.
It was interesting. I noticed, OKC.
So y'all telling me this is old? Y'all just out dropping clips and shit. It took y'all how many weeks to do this shit? Y'all need to drop this shit ASAP.
So handsy, athletic. They speed people up. They can't speed them up. Like, what's your take? When you're saying you have no speed?
Just don't show it.
But you handle all that pressure, and then you can dissect the team. Once that pressure breaks, now you're playing your game. Do you notice sometimes when he's able to just calm things down and take charge?
No, like you said, it's always his pace.
Yeah.
And it's always been his pace. It's never been a game be like, okay, well, you can speed me up. He can speed me up. Okay, this bigger guy can be more physical. Okay, the smaller guy can get up underneath me. It's like he moves at his own pace. And he's never, ever been on the floor where he's allowed someone to dictate where they're going to put him on the floor. It's always been the opposite, you know? And for us, when we all working off of that, we just got to stay ready. Obviously we've seen throughout his career, like there's plays and passes that certain guys that in the league history have ever been able to make, for us, we all just have to make sure that we continue to stay ready, especially when you're going against handsy teams, athletic teams that try to speed you up. We always have to keep our head on the swivel because you just never know.
Yeah. You
just never know when the ball may find you. And that's a good thing. That's keeping the defense off balance. And that's a great thing to have that.
Yeah, it's a great point. One of the, you guys are both incredible passers. One of the things about your passing game that I always really admire is the late pass. Like, did you do that as a kid, or is that something you developed as you got older? But it's like, it's almost over, and then you go like almost 180 behind you to someone for three. Like, where did that come from? Like, is that something that you always did or developed in time?
I think it developed during time. I don't think I did that as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember that. But just, what I always said to my teammates, once I go up, stay in your spot because I know where you were before, and then if I don't have any option, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah.
But I think it through time, I don't think I did it as a kid.
But it's brilliant. You've made every pass there's been, and you obviously pass over people. But it's great because the natural kind of thinking of a defender.
What the fuck is on the bottom of your shoes, Dash? I know it's the bottom of your shoes, but did you step in some shit? They're probably like, I spilled that shit. LeBron looking at it like, this shit stink.
Is when you leave your feet is they kind of turn and they think, my guy's out of the play. I got to get ready to either rotate or
rebound or crash.
They've come in a little bit. And the ball's going over there. They can't get back out. So but you can't do that.
LeBron trying to get him one with Luka.
Without the vision, but also with your side.
LeBron ain't about to retire till he get one with Luka. He about to run his bitch back. One time with Luka, hopefully they find some pieces. After that, he might be like, I'm about to join the best team in the NBA. Who's the best team? I want a chip. Or he just gonna retire like fuck it. He either gonna join the best team in the NBA after next year, or But if you're doing that, then just like you automatically leaving all your sons for your legacy. But at the same time, they gotta fend for themselves in this fucking league. You ain't about to be no daddy. You already don't want to be daddy on the floor. So
I could make late passes, but my matrix of late passes was limited. You know what I mean? So you're able to make that high one over the top of the defense, catch them sleeping when they already think the play's over for them.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I really admire about your game. There's not a lot of people can do that.
I think that was during time, just probably when I got to the NBA.
Yeah, not at Madrid.
Probably some, but
not like this.
Not like this.
You know what I wanted to ask you, switching gears a little bit, is You come from a small country.
Yeah.
Beautiful country. I went there this summer. We were at the Goran Dragic retirement game.
Oh, yeah.
How'd I look out there on the court?
Was okay.
Pretty bad.
The soccer team was better
Soccer game was better?
because it was small court.
Small. Yeah, that's true. But it's a beautiful country. 2 million people?
2 million people.
I mean, which makes it incredible. They won the European Championship, him and Gogi, and obviously everybody, but you two leading the charge. You now live in Los Angeles. How was that for you? Like the day you find out, like you're, in a city that's bigger than your country.
Yeah.
Southern California is like 30 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's overpopulated.
Right. Like how was that for you culturally to all of a sudden be like, oh man, I live in one of the biggest cities in the world?
Well, first of all, like this is the first city I play in that has an ocean, and I really like the ocean. So that was
Nice.
first thing. I mean, after a couple of days, that was the first thing on my mind. It's a lot. I like it. I like it very much. The only thing is the traffic. But
It's the fucking traffic.
But you're also you're quiet, you're unassuming, like it's Hollywood out there. Is that taking adjustment for you, or are you like, no, that part doesn't bother me?
no, not really. But like there's.
They both said traffic. Nigga, that's everywhere. I ain't gonna lie, but that's why it's just hit different. Like, do a nigga really want to move out the town? Because our traffic really is decent. We do get busy, like, from what is really, they call it 5 o'clock traffic. It lasts from like 5 to 7, 5 to 8 or 9 on a fucking holiday type shit. But if, real busy, then, it might be busy, like school safe. It's school time. It ain't the summer shit. Motherfucker might be kind of busy from like 12 all the way till fucking 7. It might be busy for about 5, 6, 7 hours during the day. But before 12, it's not gonna be busy. Meaning that if you get up like how you supposed to get up, then you're gonna be able to do whatever you want to do. There's no traffic in the morning, bro. No traffic at night. Now the other places, I don't know what the fuck they time schedules.
Every time there's famous people, watching our game, sitting courtside. That's amazing to see, but not that much.
The first day I asked you a question, it's like, how you adjusting? He's like, I'm adjusting. I like the beach.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he said. I like the beach.
That made it feel okay.
I gotta go fishing.
Yeah. But it's a different pace of life.
Yeah.
A little bit. Traffic, like you said.
And I like to drive, so.
You like to drive. Have you gone and have you driven outside of LA at all yet?
What do you mean?
Like, so for example, like I think what's cool about LA, we think about LA as a big city, but within an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Santa Barbara.
You go Santa Barbara, San Diego,
Yeah.
You could go to the mountains,
Yeah, Orange County.
Orange County, you can go all over the place.
Malibu.
There's a million places to go within 2 hours, right? Ojai or all over the place. So, like you like to drive.
Yeah, but I didn't try.
You've only
first
been there.
first place I would try was Santa Barbara, because I was there when I was 17 or something like that. I went to
P3.
Yeah, P3. So I really like that. It's peaceful.
Yeah.
I like
Beach.
it. Yeah.
Beach.
Quiet.
Some good wine out there too.
Like, right?
Great restaurants.
Little wine valley. It's like a little bit more like Slovenia.
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to drink at 17, so I don't know.
In Slovenia, yeah. Okay.
18.
You make up for it. A lot of travel time. Between broadcasting games and catching times, Amex is youth basketball development.
I'm sorry, Nash. I knew you were about to do some bullshit, so I skipped it.
We've all gone through it. We've all had to build ourselves up as players.
But this is Nash show or Nash and Bron show? Like, what happened to JJ Redick and Nash? I gotta look this shit up.
You now have 2 sons.
Yeah.
One who's basically gone through it, and the other one who's right in the middle of it.
Yep.
You grew up in Europe. I grew up in Canada. It always fascinates me how people develop and what systems. And so your foundation, the Luka Dončić Foundation, has obviously made this incredible study. You commissioned a study called Inside Youth Basketball, like 300-something pages, where for a month they studied how people are trained and grow up playing the game in Europe versus how they're trained and playing the game in the US, and trying to find out as many things as possible to help kids get better.
Yeah.
What inspired this for you?
I think just seeing like kids not pulling out of sports these days, more and more kids are pulling out of sports. Just probably they don't have as much fun as I did when I grew up. So that's why we have a study in America and a study in Europe. So we're trying to combine the weaknesses and the strength together. So, the main thing was just kids to have fun playing basketball, especially when you're young. You want to have fun, not think about anything, just go out there and have fun.
So there's been a study that claims that 70% of kids quit youth sports by the time they're 13 because basically the joy is pushed out of it. Too much pressure, not enough fun. I'd love to know.
Right. I like how they saying it because it's like it's serious instantly, nigga. It's like nigga instantly, nigga. Like really, it's serious in middle school because the high school coaches is looking at you and they scout like a college coach. Oh, come on, yeah, I need you to come to my school. You gonna start. You gonna get this role. We're gonna do this shit like this. You really
About your childhood, like how did you, both of you, how did you fall in love with basketball?
Well, for me, I wasn't good at any other sports except soccer. I was
okay?
Not like you.
I've seen your first touch.
Not like
bad.
you, but
But I've also seen you hit a tennis ball.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Tennis, soccer, and basketball were the main ones. I played even volleyball. I played, so for me it was fun just to do sports. And then I went outside. Like after school, I went outside every time just to play basketball.
he basically like I couldn't play football for shit. That definitely wasn't my sport.
Yeah.
Playing hoops from a young age or playing anything?
Anything.
Anything.
Well, most of basketball.
Yeah.
But
because your dad, Sasha, was EuroLeague.
Yes.
Played in the EuroLeague, great player. So you obviously
he was okay.
He was okay. All right. Just making sure. But but that's also like my dad was a soccer player, so I grew up playing in the backyard playing soccer. It must have had an influence on you.
Yeah, for sure. Like I went to his games. When I started.
He got his mama and daddy there. Oh, the Dončić mama and daddy both together. They raised a good kid that so happened is perfect. Man, this nigga got a perfect story, bro. Shit's crazy, bro. I love to see it. I ain't gonna lie. That's what you supposed to do. With what you got, you supposed to come like with my story at the end of it, they're gonna be like, you was supposed to do this, nigga. You being like, why was you bullshit? You know your ceiling high. I ain't even touched that bitch yet. I'm still in the motherfucking nigga. I ain't touched shit. I'm jumping up and down.
Like being ball boy. I was a lot of ball boy. In EuroLeague games, I was ball boy for Olympia. So that's how I used my time to just get on basketball. They let us game. Before the game, halftime and after game, I was just shooting.
And what about you, LeBron? Like, what was the first moment when basketball came into your life and you're like, I love this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact moment, but I think I was able to watch it. When I got to see some of the greatest that played the game, I was like, inspired by them. Like I was inspired by MJ and inspired by Anthony Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill and those guys. Like their sneakers inspired me. The commercials they used to do back then inspired me. And then just being outside. I was always a kid that just wanted to play. Whatever it was. If we was playing, we was playing.
I know it don't matter. I know it don't matter, but is y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Did bros just say everybody and not say Kobe? How the fuck are you gonna say Penny and not Kobe?
When I got to see some of the greatest that played the game, I was like, inspired by them. Like I was inspired by MJ and
MJ. I mean, I ain't gonna say he got nothing against Kobe though. You can't say that because it's not really a Kobe LeBron comparison super hard. They didn't already try to pass Kobe up and say you better. So,
inspired, by Anthony Penny Hardaway.
Anthony Penny Hardaway
and Grant Hill and those guys. Like their sneakers inspired me. The commercials they used to do back.
Look Luka like say Kobe, bro.
Then inspired me. And then
when Luka instantly wanted to get didn't want to play with Bron no more. This interview right here, it just was not. It wasn't like not a real connection.
You know, just being outside. You know, I was always a kid that just wanted to play.
Right, yeah.
Whatever it was. If we was playing tag. If we was playing football. We was playing baseball. If we was playing football, basketball.
You played everything.
Everything, kickball. Yeah. You know, that was very popular in my community. Just running around and just exerting as much energy as possible till the lights, you know, in the street came on. It was time to get in the house. Like, I just wanted to do whatever. And then I think once I got into like,
ooh, I want to do a kickball game. I want to record a kickball game content. Pull up.
You know, the youth leagues where it started being competitive. I actually love the competitive nature of basketball. Yeah. You know, being out there 5-on-5, and we're playing for something. Yeah. You know, we're playing to see who can score the most points and win the game. Right. You know, and then ultimately it got to like, oh, if we win the majority of the games, we can win something. We win a champ, have a banquet, and have medals and little trophies. Like, that stuff inspired me, you know, because I watched, you know, NBA guys and college guys at the end of the season, they get to host a trophy or whatever. I thought that was pretty inspiring. So, you know, as a kid, you're just always inspired by the ones that's already doing it. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that was a big moment for me for sure.
It's funny you said the commercials. Like, I didn't really start playing hoops till I was about 13. Like, played hockey, soccer, baseball, lacrosse, all sorts of stuff.
You're good at soccer and tennis. I saw you.
Yeah, you know.
You still play tennis.
You said a little louder?
No, he's
yeah. You still play tennis,
yeah, he's good.
Still love to play. That's the kid in me that never goes away, right? Like, I still just want to be out there playing. It brings up like you know, I was going to say, though, that like when I was 13, what really got me into basketball was Michael Jordan, the first Air Jordan shoes, commercials with Spike Lee, just like you were saying. Like, that stuff inspires you as a young kid. It's like a fun time to get into the game. But what I heard from both of you that I think is really important is you played informally.
Yeah, for sure.
You weren't playing on the playground. You were playing in the street. You were playing all the time informally. And it leads me to a topic here that I think the study really highlights is that, you know, especially in the United States, youth sports has been commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Youth sports. So like, this is my way of explaining it. You know, when I grew up, you play soccer and hockey in the winter, you play baseball, box lacrosse in the summer. And it costs you like $100 a season for each sport. Well, some entrepreneur, someone says, well, I need to make a business of this, said, well, if I can sell the dream to the family, the little Sarah or Johnny, you know, they might have a chance to go somewhere with this, but they got to commit to this sport for the year at 6, 7, 8.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Right? So what happens is now the parents are involved. Mm-hmm. There's a system. Mm-hmm. They're not playing informally. You know, it leads to personal trainers, strength and conditioning coaches.
Yeah.
Like, trying to unpack that and rewind it is like, now we don't, like, how many times do you drive by a park now and see kids playing basketball?
Very rare.
Not much.
Like, your boys just come through the whole system. Yeah. Like, do they go to the park and play with their friends?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely. You know, they did play outside a little bit, but mostly it's indoors. They didn't.
And programmed.
Yeah, and programmed. And they lived, you know, for the majority of the time, my kids growing up lived in, you know, South Florida and lived in Southern California. Yeah. So, like, you know, it wasn't no reason for them not to be outside. Right. You know, I get it if they, the majority of the time, grew up in Northeast Ohio where you have 4 seasons and it's hard to get on an outdoor court where it's 6 inches of snow or it's raining crazy. It's not the thing. And like you said, I think not allowing kids to just go out and just, you know, explore all sports, you know, basketball, football, soccer, lacrosse.
Hey, ain't it crazy how it's like everybody is really human? Like, everybody's somewhere in the world type shit. We're all here at the same moment. Nobody's really more important than the next person. It's just weird. We see them more. They got more views. They didn't want viral more times because they put themselves in position and shit like that. It's all about putting yourself in position, bro.
Track and field. Like, me and my guys, we ran track and field as well when we were like super duper young. You know, we played football all the way, American football all the way through high school. You know, we didn't just cap it at one thing. You just did one thing all year round. And I think a lot of kids burn the hell out. You just tell them to do just, okay, I'm gonna just do this one all year round. I'm just play basketball or just play volleyball or just play soccer all year round.
Yeah.
You burn out, you know, at 22, 23, 24, you know, because you've just been doing it
Or
since
younger.
or younger.
13,
Yeah, 13. They just they start, you know, they say, fuck the hell with it. I'm done. I don't even want to play no more.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I don't think putting a cap on these kids being able to, they should be able to just explore, man.
Do they still play on the playground in Slovenia?
Not much.
Even there, it's still more.
Oh God, it do hit different because I'm the type to still go hoop outside.
Program now. It's fascinating to me because I think like what happens is that's where we develop the joy, right? It's playing with your friends, not a coach telling you what to do. It's trial and error.
And it's like on the playground, you're allowed to make mistakes and nobody's going to say anything. And I think that's like one of the main points too.
And that's where you like, I think every generation learns from the one before, but you also learn from the playground trial and error.
Yeah.
Like you go and play, you try stuff. It doesn't work.
Exactly.
No one says, don't do that.
Right.
You know, like this late passes, like that develops, you know, things you did at your size that no one did. It didn't do if you weren't handling the ball. You had a coach saying, you're our 4 from the time you're, you know, 10 years old.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I didn't have a basketball trainer until second, third, maybe fourth year in the NBA.
Right.
Like my basketball training was just being on the court. Let's just go hoop.
Yeah.
Let's go hoop. Let's
100%.
5-on-5 or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. Or
That nigga said, "Hey, look at Nash smile." Hey, bro, just shitting on niggas, bro, throwing slick shots right now at niggas like, I'm better than KB. I like Jordan, though. I mean, that's who y'all can say better than me. Me and Kobe, if anything, is on the same level. I mean, bro, my nigga Kobe ain't even here, though. So you can't be doing that. You should have brought Kobe up, bro. I wanted to hear Kobe then.
or like a game that we played, you know, when I was growing up was called 33 or 21. You know, basically, it's one man for himself, and you could be guarded by all your friends. And if I score, I go to the free throw line, I shoot 2 free throws, and I get it back. Like, it's like, and that's how a lot of creation started with me, being able to dribble around 3 or 4 guys, going behind the back, being able to shoot, you know, getting physical with your friends. Like, you know, so yeah, it's just, it definitely helped me out a lot.
And let me ask you, let me just pose this for you. So you're out there trying to get between 2, 3, 4 guys at your size, or even my size. What is more joyful? Where do you learn? We learn a lot faster through trial and error. Or a coach saying, here's the cones.
No.
I want you to cross over, spin. Like, that's gone for our kids in a way.
Yeah.
Right? We don't get that time to just play, to try things, to make mistakes, to play weird games. Right?
Yeah.
Like you would never go to a skills coach right now and he'd be like, all right, guys, 21.
No.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like, we got a program, we're gonna try to teach. And so what happens is the joy, the creativity comes out of the game. And that's why you get kids quitting at 13, right? Sure. So did you ever have that? Like, did you ever have skills coaches when you were growing up in Slovenia, or just your coach?
Not really, just my coach,
It's crazy.
I don't think like skill coach existed.
Yeah.
You know, I was born in 19 still, so 99.
I mean, but like,
It's still 90s.
barely.
Hey, it hit different being born like 98, 99, because they always say you barely was made it. And it's just like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm a 90s baby. And look at LeBron laughing. Y'all always laughing at niggas, bro. I'm about to start swinging on niggas, bro. We the last of the real niggas. Y'all 2000 niggas, it do hit different. It do hit different. When Shercap low-key the last of the real niggas. Who was born in 99? Was Kyle born in 99, Reggie? No. Y'all too young.
My God,
Yeah.
Speed.
99 is crazy.
99.
I just got instantly sleepy when he said he was born in 1999.
I was your age in 99.
Hey, Nash ain't lying. Is he for real? Did it?
That's crazy.
You notice the grays, but it is. It's not everything's bad. right? Like I'm not here to say that everything's bad.
No,
Some
for
things
sure.
get better and better and better. We know more about the body. We know more about a lot of things nowadays. But I do think that the commercialization has really made it less joyful, less creative, right? And then you don't have the social aspect as much.
Right.
You know, it's like the pressure the system puts on a parent. Like
Hey, that low key made me like Luka way more. His age now. He's a 90s baby. He fuck around be a Leo.
can't take this away from my kid. I got to give him this chance. Instead of the kid being like, I'm going to the park to play, or I'm going to go in the backyard. And so I think it makes it complicated. And, you know, I don't know how we kind of add that piece back into this puzzle where kids are playing informally. I don't know, like maybe this is what you're going to try to do.
That's what we're trying. Like I say, you know, the way I grew up was just going after school, go on the court, and then go to practice. So I was just, I was outside a lot. I even tried the skateboarding. They built a new skate park when I was playing basketball.
Yeah,
so I
you had
even
some
tried
moves?
that. No.
Me as fuck. I want to know how to skateboard, but I don't know how to skateboard.
I was wearing everything. It wasn't good. I was too tall for that.
That's amazing. So what about this project, you know, Inside Youth Basketball? Like how do you see it? Like how do you envision making an impact?
Well, first of all, I think we got great people on it, like yourself.
Yeah, the Athletes Council?
Yeah. And,
That's cool.
you know, just like we got people that grew up in different places playing basketball. So you grew up in Canada, Steph grew up in US, Dirk grew up in Germany, I grew up in Slovenia and Spain. So we're just trying to combine everything, like, you know, like everything together, you know, see the weaknesses, see the strengths. So just combine everything and let the kids have fun. That's the most important part. Let them have fun like I had when I was growing up.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I mean, how can we put our heads together and like I said, a lot of what we're doing, and I'm not trying to disparage all skills coaches. It's just like it's become an economy. It's taken away the informal play. How can we put our heads together and kind of find a part of the puzzle that is informal, that isn't pressurized? So this is what you want to do, is to help educate coaches, programs, instill it in different places around the country?
Yeah, and I'm saying, I think it's a lot for the kids, you know, having all these different kinds. When I grew up, I didn't have anything. I just had one coach, and that was it. And there was, I think, we're putting a lot of pressure on kids nowadays. Yeah. Just by having like,
I think,
strength coach, everything.
Right. I think a lot of the problem is, you know, with social media and everything, that a lot of people, like, I can only speak for America because I grew up here and I live here. A lot of the skills coaches and trainers and stuff over that is involved in a lot of these kids' lives, they actually want to be more famous than the actual kid. They think they're more important than the actual kid that they're training. And
their motive is not pure.
Their motive is not pure. Like they want to be on in the camera. They want to be recognized. They want to talk to the media. Say, for instance, I trained Luka for 2 summers and he has a breakout season. Now they want to do interviews with people. Like, that's not the fucking objective.
Right.
The objective is to be there trying to help this kid get better, try to help this kid, you know, in a sense of him seeing the game maybe further than what he did before. It's not for you now to be famous. Like, and I think that also changed a lot of the landscaping too, of kids not knowing the purity or the essence and the beauty of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's tough because I think for me, it all stems back to the commercialization.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Everything being a business now,
Everything's
trying to develop
monetized.
your business as a personal trainer, or your business as an AAU team, or now we have NIL or whatever it may be. You know, I think that makes it tough. Now the parents feel the pressure of providing this for the kid. Whereas, you know, my parents were just like, "Do you want to play soccer this year? Great, you're signed up." You know what I mean? And then you go play, and then in the backyard you're playing with your friends. So it starts with that. I think like you said, we mentioned burnout, right? We mentioned burnout. We mentioned, you know, a lot of players that are now committing to one sport early. There's been studies done of NBA players coming in the league at 19. Their MRIs don't look the same because they didn't go and play football or baseball or change the dynamic and have that creativity, that joy, that fun. You've had 2 boys now going through it. Like, maybe talk a little bit about the systemic pressure. Like, what's that like as a parent to feel like all eyes on these kids trying to get a scholarship or whatever it may be?
Yeah. I mean, for me as a parent, and like you said, having my two boys go through the whole AAU program, the all year round basketball seasons where it's never a break, like I've made sure that our kids, and my wife included, have always taken a break. You know.
So what does that look like? What time of year and how do you say it to them?
Well, it usually takes part in like July, you know, because I remember when I played, you know, the last tournament was usually like right before the 4th of July. That was the last like AAU tournament. And then you didn't play again until the fall when it cracked back up.
Yep.
Now there's like tournaments, right? 4th of July, right after the 4th of July. There's more tournaments in August. There's more tournaments like throughout the whole summer.
There's money to be made.
Yeah, absolutely. and myself and Savannah we've told our kids like this is not an all year round thing for you guys. One, we don't want y'all to burn the hell out. And two, there needs to be some family time involved as well too. Like, listen, we get it. We know y'all want to play, whatever the case may be, but there needs to be family time as well. And also, when you get away from things, it actually makes you even more hungry to get back to it.
Right.
And that's the burnout thing that we was talking about, you know. It allowed them to come home and, okay, now it's your turn. You want to play the video game? Go ahead, play the video game. You know, you want to just hang with your friends? All right, cool.
Sure.
That's not going anywhere.
Right.
You know, but I had an opportunity to be a part of it for so long because I grew up in that system as well. I grew up in the AAU system. I grew up in the tournament system. I grew up in the program system. But I mean, I also grew up going to a 5-star academy, you know, where it was all outdoor basketball all day long. You know, so I grew up in that era as well. Like, and that definitely made us grow a love. If you can be outside on blacktop in the summertime in 95-degree weather, and you can actually see the steam coming up from the blacktop, and you still love it, then you already know that's what it is. You don't need to do that all year round to know that I love that if I came back to it.
Facts. That's crazy. So can I go back to hooping? I love the hoop, bro. I don't get to be in no celebrity games. Niggas is like, I be feeling blackballed, but really, I ain't talk my shit, and I ain't like really. I can talk my shit because the motherfucking industry got me fucked up on my soul. I'm not even gonna talk shit in the LeBron thing though.
You know, so you know, I think we did a great job as far as just making sure, yes, if this is what you want to do, you're committed to it. Okay, cool. But also, there's no problem with just, you know, taking a little break here and coming back to it. It's no problem at all.
After many years in the game, so many, these are all things from.
My bad. I ain't about to listen to all that Nash. I just did a damn 30-minute reaction video to your shit. I appreciate you for starting up your shit and having Bron on this bitch for hella episodes. Oh God, what the fuck? This shit lit. But shout out to Pacers and OKC Thunder. I can't wait to see this shit. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and vibe. And do